Is the party finally getting to grips on its myriads of challenges? And do you see them now as a viral opposition rather to the APC? Let me start with you, Baba Yusuf.
It's still early days to know if at all the PDP has been able to beat the curve of crisis they are facing. In my humble opinion, I am not really optimistic that PDP will be able to sort out this and still be able to put a very strong, fight 2027 presidential election. I foresee this linchpin strategy of Minister Nyesom Wike to still be the Achilles heels of the PDP. Build up to the convention, it's likely we'll still see the legal tussle come again with a view to, stifle the process, if you like. But then again, it's politics. We'll wait and see if the PDP, as it were, will be able to put a rabbit out of the hat and be able to put a good fight, after the convention, get a very credible and strong presidential candidate that will be able to put up a fight to upstage the incumbent.
Yeah, pull the rat out of the hat. Well, Wike is still speaking. He's not letting go. He says he's insisting that Dan Obi must be accepted as the national vice chairman South-South, and the East Zonal Congress must be also accepted. The party says it will not take conditions from anyone. Chibuzo.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the party is very correct. The political party, at the heart of it, is political power contestation, maneuvering, and that is what we see playing out. Unfortunately, the party has gotten to the level where certain individuals are, stating condition precedent for even a party national convention to happen. But what is interesting I've seen is that for the party to keep going to the level that this G5 group are now saying, oh, you have to recognize Vice Chairman South, you have to accept certain congresses that were done. That shows that I think the party has mustered courage to try to use their constitutional means to overcome the challenges they've been facing, especially from the FCT minister and his team. One would thought that maybe the FCT minister won a bit of the struggle by the resolution of NEC. But before then, it was even difficult for NEC to meet. So for now, it's a balance. And let's see how they are able to overcome this kind of condition. But it's actually unconstitutional for one person or just a few group of people to give a party conditions outside its own constitution to be able to hold a convention.
Unconstitutional for a person to give party conditions, and the PDP roaring loudly saying that cannot happen. To you, Professor Abiodun.
We have a very powerful minister that seems to be having fun at the expense of the party. He's got an interest in an opposition party, and he still has refused to leave, the party that he has ordinarily belonged to many years before now. His factor cannot be undermined in the bid for PDP to make progress. If they imagine they can undermine him, they will be undermining as well the progress that they want to make, unfortunately.
What is Wike's endgame here? Wike seems to be having fun destroying the PDP from within. Remember, Wike has no proper usefulness within the APC, so anytime soon defection will not work for him. What will happen basically is that it will be there for until the long term 2027. Make sure that the PDP is weakened and then either defect eventually or becomes the savior of the PDP after 2027, bearing in mind that he has openly said that he's going to support Bola Tinubu in 2027, meaning that any reconciliation happening within the PDP is not going to work. For the same reason why he said he's supporting Bola Tinubu in 2027. It's as simple as that. So what's Wike's potential endgames? He wants to take over PDP after 2027. Again, it could also be that the part of the strategy is that there will be a defection to the APC in 2027. After they finish the election, it will now defect to the APC, meaning that he's done his job for Bola Tinubu, but remains relevant. By that time, Atiku's fading into the oblivion, you know. Or finally, maybe after that, he will now say they want to form a new political party. We'll get an amalgamation of other political party under his wings with the help of the G5 governors or the former G5 members who have now become ex-governors. Okay, so in all, Wike continues to hide under the 2023 issue that happened that got Atiku to become the candidate. As much as he says, "Oh no, they did that," but every time you hear him, you know that the issue that happened in 2023 is just a case for him to keep hiding under that. And because he's a minister, he uses government power and resources, being protected by immunity or being protected by Bola Tinubu at the moment. It continues to push Bola Tinubu's endgame. If you look at the news so far, it seems to be the biggest campaigner for Bola Tinubu. So again, like I said, he's having fun destroying the PDP from within for his own selfish gain. And like I said already, the part of the end game will be that Wike wants to take over the PDP after 2023. I mean, after 2027. And all of these, there are evidences to show that. He said that in public statements that, he's going to support Bola Tinubu. He has said that. You saw that in the Rivers State election that just happened, the local government election. You saw what happened. APC rigged the election. They won 20 out of 23 states. You just don't tell me that APC becomes the president all of a sudden, then all the local government goes to PDP. I mean APC rather than PDP. And in his actions, he's currently showing that he's got the G5 faction as well, helping him to push this agenda. And every reconciliation. Bear in mind, there's no reconciliation effort that is made that Wike doesn't complain about. He throws in one thing after another, looking for one thing to stick. And he continues and he has this press conference. So he's now formed this idea of having this press conference with every month where he uses that to push more agenda and cause more rifts within the PDP. Not that I care for the PDP anyway. I'm only just saying, look at the strategy that Wike is employing. It does not matter whatever reconciliation effort they make, Wike is going to thwart it. It's as simple as that. And he will hide under the fact that Atiku was not supposed to be the nominee. And because he's not happy, everyone else is not happy, and he uses they did not follow the rules, they did not follow the constitution. That's come and gone. You're not if you don't want to be in the PDP, move away. But you know what? It is useful in the APC as a destructive force within the PDP than he is outside of the PDP. So what he's doing basically is doing the job that he needs to do. Weaken the PDP, attack Peter Obi, attack Atiku Abubakar, make sure that you keep saying everything they're doing is wrong, and then just keep them unstable whilst we approach 2027. And bear in mind, the end game for that is that it will still be within Bola Tinubu's cabinet, because remember, he has more possibility of being in government with APC than he is with PDP. He knows that. So Wike's endgame is looking. If I follow Bola Tinubu, I can still remain a minister, or a minister of the FCT after 2027, or I will be a minister in another capacity, and that way I will still remain relevant. But if I go to the PDP, I will not. So I will stay with Bola Tinubu. That's Wike's endgame, all for his own personal gain. You understand? Like I said before, part of the agenda, or part of the strategy might also be I will take over PDP in 2027 as their savior, and I will use the law to hide under it. Again, he's still protected right now by Bola Tinubu, but everyone knows that Bola Tinubu uses and dump people anyway. So he uses people and he dumps them. And that's the way it works, because everybody must work to favor Bola Tinubu. And that's what PK is currently doing as it stands. So these are some of the things you have to look at when you look at some of the maneuvers of PDP, of Wike within the PDP. These are some of the things you look at when you look at some of the things that he's doing. You have to also remember, bear this at the back of your mind. Every complaint Wike makes, it does not matter what reconciliation effort they put in, it will look for something else to shout about and continue that havoc within the PDP, just to make sure that we have Bola Tinubu in power. Now, bear in mind that also that this guy cannot be trusted, because this is the same person that said APC is cancer, PDP is a headache, or whatever I called it. And now he's also become cancerous to Nigeria. Now, look at what has happened in Rivers State, by the way. A former governor caused trouble within the state for his own selfish gain. This is what we're thinking. This is what other political analysts are thinking. So is that what you think as well? Do you agree that Wike wants to take over PDP, or Wike wants to continue to do this catastrophe until finally it defects to the APC? Put your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share. Please subscribe and click on the notification icon if you've not done so. And recommend this channel to others. I will catch you in the next video. God bless you. Bye-bye for now.